Have you ever been in a position where you feel the career you're on right now might not be the best, or maybe you're just starting out, and for you, based on the skills that you have as a new career entrant, you just started a new job. You want to be sure if this is actually the right career for you, or you're switching, you're just in between jobs, or you're switching to another industry. So I'm going to be speaking about career planning, like I said, but I'm going to break this video into three different parts. The first one is how to identify the career paths that match your skill. The second one, I'll be speaking about how to set goals to achieve those career plans. And also in the third part, I'll be speaking about how to identify skill gaps in your career and how to fill those gaps. Hello, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Ephraim and I speak about personal finance and career. And today I'll be speaking around career. In fact, I'll be talking about career planning. I have written 15 books so far on career and personal finance, and I have one here on how to choose a career path. This was my third book and it was written in 2022, I believe. So if you want to know more about how to choose a career path, of course, you need to read this powerful book of mine. So we'll dive right in quickly. In part one, I'll be speaking about how do you align your skill to a particular career path. So you probably have done some or had some experience. It might not be professional experience, or some volunteer work that you have done, or some things that you enjoy doing. That's the first part. You need to reassess your skill or reassess your skill. Reflect on the skills that you have. What skills do you have? Do you like, for example, do you like cooking? If you like cooking, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should be a chef, because there are different, or should I say, value chain that you can, or career paths that you can choose if you like cooking. It doesn't necessarily mean you should choose to be a chef because you can cook. So, but it's reflecting on the core values, the things that matter to you. What makes you tick? What stands you out from the crowd? This can be things that you do every day that you really enjoy, or things that when you don't do gets you worried. Exactly. So if there are things that gives you anxiety because they're not going well, that's probably part of the core things that you're meant to do, because it gives you sense of concern. You're wondering, well, this is so easy. Why can't I get it right? But because that thing is a passion that you care about. If you observe other things that go wrong in your life that you don't really care so much, not because they're not important, but because you're not really passionate about that. So reassess your skill, decide what exactly is your motivation, what keeps you going every day. What would you prefer to do for the rest of your life? It could be charity, it could be green energy, sustainable earth, and all of that thing that might get you excited. It could also be human rights, activism and things like that. Decide what is core for you by reassessing the skills that you currently have that aligns with that particular thing that you want to do. That's the first step. The second step is how you now tailor those skills to a particular career that you want to choose. For example, if we look back to the example I gave about cooking, loving to cook, that doesn't necessarily mean that you should be a chef. So, what can you do if you love to cook? First, do you have the discipline first to stand for hours cooking? Because eventually you're going to need to cook for lots of people, and that will require cooking lots of meals or standing for hours. Do you have that discipline? If you don't, then you might need to reconsider what else could you do, what other career could you do, because you like cooking, you love to cook. What other particular career could you possibly do? You could be a writer, for example, but you're writing about food. Even though you love cooking, you love mixing recipes, it could just be that you do a video blog, a vlog, like they call it, and you just show people recipes and you video all of that and you write about that or you talk about that. That could be your career. It could just be something that you love. The beautiful thing about choosing any career is the passion that people see that you have about that thing. It's not necessarily what you do or how you do what you do. So if you have the right attitude to that career, if you have the right passion, it doesn't really matter. You can succeed in it. So that's number two. You need to align the skill to a particular aspect of the career that you're choosing. If you're a writer, for example, writing is broad. What do you write about? Like myself, I write about personal finance and career, even though I can write about any other thing. But I chose those niche because I'm a professional accountant, I'm a chartered accountant, and I have spent all my life in finance and I have over a decade experience as a career person. So it just fits well with my personality to write along those lines. And I like advising people, I like giving people results, letting people achieve their plan. So you see, that's aligning my passion to the skills that I've built over the years. I hope those make sense. Then, of course, the third part of choosing the right career based on your skill is asking people. I can't stress this enough. There are people that are already succeeding in what you are interested in. There are chefs that are already succeeding. There are accountants that are already succeeding as a writer. There are authors that are already succeeding. Ask them questions. And the beautiful thing is you can send cold emails and they will respond for free. You don't have to pay for uh, mentorship, even though if it comes to that, you should if you can afford it. But there are free resources out there and time that people have that they can spare to just talk to you about what they do. The one of the secrets to human behavior is that people like talking about themselves. So when you ask people about what they do, sometimes they give you that um, free advice with excitement, and you have the opportunity to ask questions that you would not have known based on your own personal research because that person is in deep in that career path and they are able to give you more information that you would ever find out by yourself. So, in summary, in this three-part series, the part one is how to identify the career path that aligns with your skill. And in this, I have talked about how to reflect on your skills that you have, how to align that skill to a particular career that you are looking into. And third, how you can speak with people that are already succeeding in those areas that can help you get more information to succeed in the career path that you're choosing. Like I said earlier, I have written a lot about this in my book. This book was written in 2022 and is a powerful book on how to choose a career path. You can get it on Amazon. Uh, do feel free to do that. Decide and today what one thing you'd like to practice at least this week. If you can start today, have a plan. This is what I want to do about choosing a career and decide to complete that task. I hope you have enjoyed this first part of the three-part series of career planning. In the second video, I would be speaking around how to set goals to achieve a particular career path that you have chosen. And of course, in the third part, we'll be looking at how to identify gaps or skill gaps in your career and how to fill those gaps. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye bye now.